Hello, gamers, and welcome back to another episode on the Ignitor SMP. My name is Dark John, and today we're going to get into something very special. We've had a little bit of an update here on the server, and it's all going to be to do with these guys, Autocrafters. Check this out. We are going to be playing around with these things this episode, and I intend to automate as much as I possibly can in this world, on this server, and with all the farms I make going forwards. Now, we've already made quite a few farms already, and we are going to focus on automating those as much as possible, but we're also going to build some new ones, and we're really going to see what this thing is capable of doing and how much time it's going to be saving us. So I've got a couple of ideas of how we can play around with this episode, and we're going to start by looking at the very thing we finished up building last time. So, last episode, we dug a hole. We're in a giant hole in the earth. We removed a mountain, we dug out a whole bunch of stuff, and we built this kelp farm behind us. This is absolutely amazing, producing absolutely tons of kelp passively, loads of it just flying off down there and getting stored in chests. And in between episodes, I built another one. There's one right across there. It was always the intention to build two of these things to have a bit of symmetry, and that's exactly what we got, one either side, and it's going to tie in very nicely to something we're going to do this episode. So another thing that happened at the end of the last episode was we had a little bit of a neighbourly dispute. Our neighbour, Dippy Blather, who has founded the llama sanctuary right over here. It's a very lovely build, and we're not llama haters. We respect the llamas and other people's builds, but it did get built on my land. And so, when Dippy came on earlier, we went and had a little word with her in order to try and settle this in a neighbourly way.
Right, okay, so can we talk about something? I found a mysterious sign, and I think we need to talk about this.
I think so. It seems like a llama sanctuary has appeared on my claim.
What do you mean, your claim? I built this llama sanctuary and there was nobody here.
Mm-hmm. We all decided where we're going to be building for the season. Yeah, long ago. This was marked as Dark John territory. I had plans for all of this space.
No! Your territory was, like, over there, I think.
It's expansive, that's for sure.
I'm speechless. And it definitely wasn't down there. This is yours.
Yeah, the whole mountain area would be mine, I guess, up to the water line, at least. Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to trespass on your land. I was not aware of such a thing, and I mean, it's going to be pretty difficult to rehome all those llamas. I mean, there are tons of them. I've got like tons more waiting. It's and also this.
Yeah. This is just the beginning. This is just stage one of what is a year-long plan.
This is the beginning.
Yes. Lots more to come. But I like the llama sanctuary. I think it's nice. I don't dislike llamas. I think saving them is a really good thing to do. So I'm sure we could come to some kind of arrangement.
Okay. I mean, I first of all would like to apologize to you for trespassing on your land. I didn't do it on purpose. So how do we solve this problem? The llamas have been through a lot, and I think they're settled. It would be quite traumatic for them to move them. So what do we do?
Well, I'm the landowner, of course. So I don't know. I was thinking some kind of leasehold agreement.
Leasehold. What does that mean?
That means we could rent the land.
I could rent the land?
Yes. How about that?
I mean, I've been spending all my diamonds on rescue llamas. This operation is slightly financially strained. Can I give you a token of my appreciation as a true llama lover? You might. Put it on. It'll look gorgeous. It'll look gorgeous on your bald. Oh my God! Goodness. You look adorable. Oh my God! Look at this man. Look, instant. I mean, that's at least worth 1 month's rent, right?
Oh my goodness, that does look pretty amazing.
I mean, that's an original Need Freeze design. It's not available for sale anywhere. It's you can only win it at the llama lottery. So I think that should be at least at least back pay for the time that I've been on your land, right?
That's amazing. I'm very impressed. Yeah, absolutely. I'll take that as a down payment. Yeah. Okay.
So okay, what do you suggest?
Um,
How much are we talking about? Will I be able to afford this?
well, I don't want to bankrupt the sanctuary. I want to make sure it can survive and thrive. So, I mean, what can the sanctuary afford?
Not very much. So are we talking diamonds here?
Yeah, blue shiny things tend to do the job pretty well.
Blue shiny things. Okay. Are we talking about a monthly, a weekly, a yearly rent? What are we talking about?
Probably monthly.
Monthly. Okay.
Gives you time to accumulate the necessary payment.
I will have to. So how much are we talking? I mean, it's look. It's now look at this. This is a very small area. I mean, compared to that's tiny. So I don't think you should. Oh, look at those llamas dancing on the trees. They're so happy. I mean, how about a diamond block a month? Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, I think so. I was just putting on chunk borders here. There's like 8 or 9 chunks, I think, of
that many.
Land. So that's about a diamond a chunk, right? That sounds about right.
Does that sound about right? Okay,
Yeah.
so is that to be paid on the 1st of the month?
Yes, I would say that is true. So it's February now. So from March onwards.
Okay, so at the end of this month, I will be owing you a diamond block.
That would make me a happy landlord.
And what happens if I can't pay?
I guess we'll just have to cordon off part of this land.
No.
For every
No,
diamond missing, we take away a chunk.
Could I work for you if I run out of money or something? I mean,
I see. Yeah, IOUs are very valuable, so definitely.
Some agreement, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see how we go. You see how difficult it is to get your month's rent together, and
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad I don't have to close the llama sanctuary because that would have been, quite frankly, a bit of a disaster.
Yeah. Me too.
Can I take this down now?
Yeah, we can declare the llama sanctuary officially open again. Ta-da! Open for business.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay. Pleasure doing business with you. Looking forward to having a neighbour and a tenant.
Yeah, I would wish I could kind of return the compliment, but actually I was quite happy here by myself with my llamas. But I don't want to be rude, so yeah, nice doing business with you as well. And
if you hear lots and lots of explosions, just don't worry about it. Everything will be fine.
Happy digging, I guess.
Thanks very much. See you later, Dippy.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Doc.
Now that that's been dealt with, we can get on to progressing with the rest of the episode. And the very next thing we need to do in this base is do something that connects the 2 kelp farms together. So let's hop on back down here and we'll explain what we're going to try and do. So currently, both of these kelp farms just output into a bunch of chests, and this is the second one to be built. Ooh, redstone block. Nice. And yeah, as you can see, we've got quite a bit of kelp flowing on in. That one's probably already overflowing. And this is not a long-term storage solution. So why do we even make these kelp farms in the first place? Well, kelp, when you cook it, turns into dried kelp, and dried kelp can be crafted into kelp blocks, and kelp blocks are really good smelter fuels. That's what this is all in aid of. It is in aid of powering a super smelter, a brand new, really large super smelter that's going to do us well for the rest of our time here on the server. And that's going to go down here. Actually, it's going to go up there above us, all of this, but we're going to fill this little hole behind us first, and that's going to contain the kelp smoking, smelting, compacting, fuel readying array and storage system. And we can take it the extra mile here. So obviously there's a lot of crafting involved to turn kelp into kelp blocks. And that part we can automate. We can take the kelp, we can dry it, we can craft it into kelp blocks, and those in turn we can call upon on demand to fill up the fuel for our super smelter when we come to build it. And that's exactly what we're going to do right here next. We are going to take the output of these two kelp farms. We're going to build two separate kelp smoker stations. They're going to process all of that, automatically craft it into blocks and store it. So let's get cracking with this build. So we have the server's very first machine using an auto crafter built right behind us here. Isn't this grand? Let me show you what it's doing. So we'll do all this in free cam actually, because this is pretty dense and hard to show. So I'm still moving a lot of the kelp that we'd already collected back into this hopper system. But yeah, the kelp comes through, the hoppers all go into here. Those hoppers go into this minecart. When this is completely full, the kelp goes along the rail cart across the top here, and detector rail detects if there's anything in it. If there's still items in it, it just keeps looping and looping and looping. There we go. There's the cart going around, doing its thing, dropping off all of the kelp to be smoked. And what's happening to all that smoked kelp? Well, that is where the autocrafter comes in. So that comes straight into here. Kelp recipe is very simple. It's only 9 kelp makes a 9 dried kelp makes a kelp block. So we just spam this constantly with a signal, and it'll craft when it's ready. And we've got a simple one item passing between two hoppers to make a alternating hopper lock system here to pull the items out in either direction as they're being crafted. One direction goes into this dropper elevator, which puts them into this minecart here, which when it reaches a signal strength of 2, as read from this crafter, these crafters are really great ways of setting signal strengths from 1 to 9. Very simple way of doing that. That then puts the dried kelp blocks all the way across here and refills all of these guys. And the other way is split out. And instead of going up the dropper, it comes from the chest and around into this shulker loader here. And this shulker is slowly filling up with dried kelp blocks. Those will in turn get fed through this and end up in these chests. Here it's going to stop for the time being. But we've got the beginnings of a system here. This is a shulker yeeter. So when this is triggered, a shulker will this will lift up, a shulker will get dispensed. This will push right back down, burn the shulker, and all the items will drop out here. And it will eventually go into a water stream that will take it up to the future site of a super smelter, which is going to be sort of here. And the whole purpose of all of this is to create fuel for our super smelter. Infinite free fuel. That's why we needed to get this in first. We need to run it for quite a while to get a critical mass of dried kelp blocks. And yeah, that's all coming a bit later. So that signal will come from up here, and when that super smelter runs low on fuel, it's going to cool for a couple of shulkers, which will get broken. All the items in the shulkers will flow up to that farm and get put into the fuel input of the super smelter. This whole thing is just mirrored. It looks a little funky here because there's some directional rail stuff going on here, which couldn't be flipped around because they always connect in a certain direction. That is in a easterly direction that it always favors. So we just have to loop that hopper line all the way around to here, but it's the same as it is there. So this is a design by Mumbo Jumbo. Again, he did this in one of his early autocrafter experiments, and it's fantastic. I always forget how good of a redstoner Mumbo really is. This is so dense and so clever, just how he managed to squeeze all of this functionality into such a compact little space. So hats off to you, Mumbo. I have adapted it quite considerably for my needs here, but I've connected it up to your very own kelp farm design, and this in turn should give us all the fuel we're ever going to need for our super smelter when we come to build it. And in the meantime, we can just be building up a really nice backlog of double chests full of shulker boxes of dried kelp blocks as they start coming in. Fantastic. I can't wait to start applying this this new crafting auto-crafter block in many areas on our server. In fact, I think that's what we'll do next, because we've got a couple of other farms on the server that will already benefit from this. Namely, our iron farm. I think it was episode 1. It was the first thing I built on the server, I think, was the iron farm that is actually underneath our tree shop here. It's buried underground, and let's head on down there. This is the output system at the moment. It's just a whole bunch of chests, and I manually come in here and craft up a whole bunch of iron blocks. If we just pop underground here, we can see this thing in action. There we go. We've got our villagers in their holes with the zombies scaring them in a boat. And yeah, the iron golems fall down here. Usual deal. All the iron ingots come all the way up here. And we filter out the poppies and bone meal those, which go into there. So what we can do with this is actually put in an autocrafter to make this way more compact and make us some iron blocks. It's going to be a little more complicated to do compared to the setup over with the kelp, because iron can, let's just grab some iron here, the crafting bench. As you put the iron in the crafter, it can do nuggets, pressure plates. This is the order in which it will fill up. Bars. And then finally blocks. So we need to wait until we've got a signal strength of 9 with the iron in order to be able to do that. So I'm going to rip out some of this storage, and instead we're going to put in place a auto crafting system that is going to make the blocks, and probably we'll do the same here, and we'll do bone blocks. Okay, I have done a thing underneath the iron farm here, and it's incredibly compact, and I've already sealed in a lot of it, but I'm going to attempt to try and show you what's going on here now before I seal it in even more. So, yeah, our iron farm is here, as we saw earlier. The iron and the poppies come up here. I put in a second filter here because I think we weren't catching all the poppies previously. So this filters out to the poppies, and both of the poppy filters go into these composters over here. Both of these composters go into the crafter, and we're detecting signal strength here equal to a signal strength of 9 next door. So when that gets to 9, we get 4 bone meal. The comparator will power this block, which powers the redstone back to here, pulsing it into this chest right here, right now. And that gives us a bone block. And we basically do the same for the iron. So the iron is going to get collected by these 2 hoppers here. Anything that doesn't get collected gets burned. And I need to take out this chest because that's not doing anything anymore. Both of those go into this crafter right here. And I can hop out of free cam to show you this last bit. So they'll all go into there. Exactly the same setup. We've got the comparator comparing through the block. Signal strength of 9 here, comparing to when that hits the critical mass. Let's just demonstrate. Boom, there we go. Just like that. That in turn passes it through this clay pot, because this has an inventory space of 1, right? This can only produce 1 at a time. It'll go into here and instantly get pulled out, and they go into there. Oh, another reason for the clay pot, if we put a hopper immediately under this, it will just pull the ingots out immediately as they go in. We're about to see it happen. Boom. So a hopper would just be pulling them out the minute they went in, not waiting. And this is a simpler way than waiting for this signal to unlock a hopper. Just have this here, because this doesn't pull items through. It's getting pushed in, because these are kind of like droppers. They have a dropper in their recipe. So they dropper it into hit the pot, which gets pulled out. And that's a much cheaper way of doing it that I've figured out that's better than, you know, adding extra like repeaters and torches and things that are going to need to exist to come off this signal and stop things being pulled out. So I'm going to seal this whole area up now. We don't really need to get back in here again, so I just want to make it as safe as possible. We don't want any things spawning in here, especially golems from the farm. So the only thing left to do is put 2 shulker loaders on here, but I am out of shulkers, so I've got to go back to the shop, buy another stack of shulker shells, and boy, I need to make myself a shulker farm real soon. This is getting expensive. Okay, this is looking really dense now, but we've just gone and bought a stack of shulker shelves to make 32 shulker boxes. Our shulker loaders are primed and ready to go. Superb. We're all set. And so we're going to end up with shulkers of iron blocks, auto crafted over here. And we're going to end up with shulkers of bone blocks crafted over here. Absolutely amazing. What an upgrade. That's 2 farms, auto crafting. 3 different items for us so far. So we've got even more auto-crafting ambitions that we want to get on with in this world, and we're going to be teaming up with someone to see if we can do a little something special. Our buddy Ironite has a need for a certain type of material, and we were discussing something the other day on how they might be able to get that, and we can both benefit from it. So we're going to head over to Ironite's base now and find out what his need is all about. So, Ironite lives out here in the oceans, basing out in the water this season, and I haven't been out here in a little while, so it'll be interesting to see how far along things have come. Oh my goodness, here it is, it's all rendering in. Whoa. Okay, that's a pretty big hole. There's probably an Ironite in here somewhere. There he is.
Oh, hello there.
Hello, hello. My goodness, what hole you have dug.
Yes, pretty big.
Absolutely, it's astonishing.
Yeah.
This must have taken some time.
Definitely, yeah. Just gotta do the walls.
Yeah, understandably. I hear you've got some plans for some certain material types that you're going to need an awful lot of, probably for these walls, I imagine.
Exactly, yeah. Lots of quartz.
Lots of
especially.
quartz. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been thinking about making a bartering farm, and there's quite a few things from it I want, including a little bit of quartz, but not very much. So, I'm thinking maybe we could do a little bit of a deal here.
Oh, definitely.
Awesome.
Definitely. Yeah.
So I've done these before, and I'm getting well into auto crafting this episode since we've had the update. I've been putting these things on everything. They're really, really cool, and yeah, I want to use them in a bartering setup. I want to auto craft gold straight into a bartering farm, and then maybe even take it a bit further if I can. That's the plan.
That's awesome.
So I'm very happy to build this thing, but they do take an awful lot of materials, and I was wondering, as part of the partnership, how would you feel about helping gather the materials to put it all together?
Yeah, for sure. Happy to help. I need the quartz, you need the materials. Yeah.
Fantastic. And then once it's built, we can tag team on AFKing it and get everything we both need from it going forwards.
Yep, for sure.
Awesome, dude. That sounds cool.
Sweet.
All right. Well, I've got a list. I'll send it to you, and yeah, if you let me know when most of the things are together, then I'll hop on and we'll get it built.
All right. Let's get going.
Superb. All right. Look forward to doing business with you.
Awesome.
All right, man. I'll catch you soon.
Yep, see ya.
So Ironite has been busy helping gather a whole bunch of materials for our nether roof gold and piglin bartering farm. Check this out. He's left these for us. Wow, look at all this magma. This is what we need. This is going to make some pretty awesome platforms. And a whole bunch of other stuff that is on the list. I added some stuff in here. Didn't realize he was already on the case. We've got a bit of duplication. We'll have more than we need. That's better than having less than we need. So let's jump into a time lapse. We're going to build the gold farm first. And yeah, it's going to have to be in multiple sittings. But after that's done, we'll put the piglin bartering farm right underneath it. Let's do this. So in between the building, we've been doing a little bit of AFK time, just to take a little bit of a break here, get on with some IRL things, and let's just see what we've been able to accumulate in that short amount of time. Not too shabby. Nearly a whole half a double chest of ingots already crafted. That's pretty great. And we're getting ready for the next thing. So we need our piglins in here so we can do the bartering. This is the fun bit. So we need to get them to come across here and ideally fall straight in the hole. And I've made a little pathway out here to attract them along. We've got a door and some nether rack. So yeah, let's see if we can get ourselves some piglins. Ah! Ooh. Number 4. Fantastic. Okay, I think I'm going to leave in this spawning platform just for the minute because my calculations in a creative world based on this farm is that at maximum output it can produce enough gold bars to keep 2 piglins busy with constant bartering, and we've doubled the amount we need. We put 4 in there for the time being, but yeah, you never know with these things. It's always worth double checking. So before I tear all that down, I'm gonna do an AFK session in here overnight, see what we get, and yeah, make sure that we haven't got an excess of gold, basically. What we need to do first is just run this for like 5 minutes because we need to get the base set of items that we're going to want in order to fill up the filters. Okay, that's all of the early bartering done and the filters in for all the items we're going to be collecting. The system should now be operational. Nice. Okie doke. Let's head up to our AFK spot. And let's see how well this does after a little while. Okay, first long overnight AFK session complete. Oh man, we've got spawns happening on the farm. Let's deal with this guy first, because I need to check these chests. What? Piglin? Where was he? I didn't even see him. This farm looks pretty awesome when approaching it. Now I bet this guy has taken some of my stuff. Don't you dare take my stuff. He's already holding a sword, that's a good thing, and he's wearing iron boots. That means he's probably not very likely to pick up any of my gear. He's got my elytra, I didn't believe it. Excuse me, sir, I'd very much like my elytra back, please. Oh, that was easy. Alright, quartz, yes. This is what we want. Ironite needed the quartz, that's a decent amount. So you get roughly a double chest's worth from an overnight session. I didn't do a full overnighter. Spectral arrows. Oh boy, am I happy to start using those. Gravel. Already really looking good. Blackstone. Oh yeah. Alright, well we're happy with that. I think that means we can take down this spawning platform. It's no longer needed. Tidy all this up and do a bit more AFK time. The other thing I want to do for Ironite is Ironite wants quartz blocks, of course, so I think we can auto craft those just straight away without storing the quartz. We'll store some quartz, we'll make a system so we always have like at least one double chest of quartz, say, for comparators. That's why I need it, and then we'll just craft everything else into blocks. So I think the farm is pretty much done.
Oh, awesome.
It's ready to share, and I'm happy to show you how it works, and we can tag team at AFK and get everything we want.
Yep.
I don't know if you've been there yet, but is it rendered in?
Oh, yep.
It's already over there. All right, let's fly over and I'll show you in detail.
Oh, amazing.
So all that magma you gathered for us went to really good use. We've got, I've lost count of how many platforms. There's an awful lot of them. And there's an AFK platform at the very top. You can use this ridiculously tall scaffolding if you wish to get there, but it's much easier to fly. And you just stand in the center. There's like a red glass block in the very center. You can just stand at.
Awesome.
You can just stand there safely for as long as you want. And then, yeah, if we go up this ladder here to the next platform, okay. This is where some of the magic happens. Oh, there's stuff already happening. I can turn that off for a second. So yeah, these guys fall down here, and we burn everything except the gold because it's not all that rotten flesh isn't useful. We've got 2 auto crafting setups here that around the back are auto crafting the nuggets into ingots.
Nice.
If you ever wanted ingots, you can come here and flick this switch. So the lamp on means that we're collecting gold, and it'll fill up these 2 double chests and the hoppers attached to it in about 6 hours, and then it'll start overflowing.
Sweet.
So
that's useful.
You can do that, or you would just leave that off, and all of the gold ingots, they go straight into the Piglin bartering setup here. I put 4 Piglins in here, but I think we probably only need 2.
Yeah.
And then all of our bartering setup output is down here.
Ooh, okay.
So we've got all of the goodies we can help ourselves to as much as we want of. Blackstone, gravel, spectral arrows.
Oh, amazing.
And the quartz. I've done more auto crafting magic in the back here. So this bottom chest is...
Oh, wow.
In fact, this whole row is going to fill up with quartz blocks. So
yeah.
We've got that many so far. If there's overflow, it'll go into quartz to the side. But we'll fill up as much of the quartz blocks as we can. And then it's kind of useful to keep some on the side for like comparators and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Iron nuggets are being into ingots and then into blocks. They go in there. We won't get too many of those. And
62 blocks is quite a lot already.
Yeah, just from the nuggets. Yeah. And then nether bricks, they're getting crafted. Nether brick getting crafted into nether bricks. And what else are we doing? Oh yeah, wool into string. So we're going to have a full chest of string accumulating at the bottom, and then above that it'll craft into wool once that overflows.
Awesome.
So we've got like a fully as automated as it can be, auto crafter utilized, automatic gold piglin bartering setup.
Yeah, you've been hard at work there.
Yeah, this was fun. I really enjoyed it. Farm part's the easy bit, and then I'm loving playing with this auto crafter. It's so much fun. So yeah, whenever you want, mate, you AFK away at this and get all of the quartz you need. Hopefully,
awesome. Yeah.
That's kind of about one every 6 hours or so. You should get that amount of quartz. So you could do like an overnighter and
that's pretty awesome.
Fill up most of a shulker box, and
definitely will.
Hopefully within a couple of evenings of AFK time, we'll get you everything you need for your base.
Sweet. Yeah. Appreciate it. This is awesome.
Awesome. I do. Well, enjoy, and can't wait to split the spoils with you and both benefit from having our own personal Piglin bartering automated crafting setup.
Definitely. This is very cool. Alright, well, I'll see you around.
Alright, catch you soon. Okay, I think we've got a very happy business partner there who is AFK right now at the very top of this thing for the evening and getting as much quartz as he can muster for his build. That's absolutely fantastic, and boy oh boy have we had fun today with this little block. The Auto Crafter is my new favourite toy, and man, did we do a lot with it today. We added it to our iron farm, we're crafting iron blocks and bone blocks. We did our kelp farm, and now we're auto smelting the kelp and crafting that into kelp blocks ready for our future super smelter. And we built our gold farm where we're crafting the ingots above us here, in the nuggets into ingots so that we can barter those away. Then in the bartering setup right behind us here, we are also crafting quartz blocks, iron nuggets all the way through to more blocks, nether bricks, and turning string into wool, all automatically. And all we've got to do is go stand up there, and all that just sort of happens for us. It's just absolutely great. I cannot wait to use more of this thing in other projects. It's so good and so easy to set up. This is just really basic stuff to get auto crafting operational, and I absolutely love it. And we settled a dispute with our neighbour Dippy. Well, sort of. At least we're a landlord now. We've got some extra income coming in, and we'll have to see how that pans out for us in the future. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please give us a like, and if you want to see what we get up to next time, please subscribe. Oh man, I don't think I'm ever going to take these ears off. They're so cute. They suit me so well. This was a great deal, Dippy. Don't tell her, but I probably would have settled for quite a few months' rent for these ears. They're awesome. But we're going to be getting our rent on the 1st of the next month. Look forward to that, and I look forward to next episode when we're going to be working on the mega base and starting to bring that forwards a little bit. Got very distracted by Autocrafter this episode, but back to base progression and turning that big hole in the ground into our future home. So, subscribe, and we'll see you all next time. take care for now. Bye-bye.